All right, guys, here we are at 15586 Vallecas in Delasol. We're at the very end of the cul-de-sac, as you know. This is one of the great selling features of the property. There's nothing like living on the end of a cul-de-sac. I did most of my life growing up. I did in Aviano for a little while. Ironically, my mom used to live right at the end at Vallecas, right in the corner house, across from the basketball court. So I know the community very, very well. Sold quite a few properties in here. Okay, again, one of the main selling points, one of the best features of this property is this cul-de-sac, southern exposure, you know, edge of the property line, backs up to will be a little bit, you can't see it all too much, you know, it's kind of nice to be private back there. Okay, so just a general overview of what I've seen in this house. I walked through it quite a bit. The property looks abandoned and uncared for, okay? We need to get this property back to looking like it was lovingly taken care of when somebody was here and you guys just had to move out, but it's move-in ready. What I see a lot of this house is that it just needs to be brought back up to move-in condition. It's not priced too high, but people just see work, work, work. It may not be a ton of work in the grand scheme of things, but at this price point, you need to give people a reason to want to pay, you know, your $200 a square foot for it, which I think we can do without putting too much money into it. So you kind of have two options. You can lower the price and show you're motivated that way because there is a lot of work to do, but people are still going to beat you up on price. I think the best way to maximize the value in this property is to put 7 or 8 back into it and then actually raise the price back up to $525 and say, hey, we made some improvements, you know, and people are going to see the value into it. So that's going to be kind of the general theme of my sales pitch throughout this thing. So just be aware of that. You don't have to do any of what I say, obviously. You don't even have to hire me, of course, but I'm going to tell you that I think that's the best way to maximize the dollar value of this property, and that's kind of going to be where most of my thoughts are. So having said that, outside needs some work. Landscaping. A pallet of mulch is not very expensive. It can go a long way. You can cover all of this front, maybe rip out some of the trees around this palm, get something pretty in there. The whole outside of this, you know, you can just mulch right over top of all that rock, okay? It just shows unkept, uncared for, okay? And I know you probably lived here for a long time and loved this house and, you know, had your boys and your family grow up here. It's a beautiful house. It just needs to be brought back up to move-in condition. Same thing on this side, just mulch. Mulch is cheap. You can have mulch. You can have mulch in here in no time and just, boom, bring this baby back to looking sharp on the outside. Driveway could be pressure washed, okay? Curb appeal means a lot, okay? These bushes right here, we need to get some color in here. This stuff is just garbage plants anyway. I would rip this stuff out, just a few of these right around this tree. That stuff over there under the windows is fine. Rip some of the stuff out, put in some color, and then mulch around it, okay? Pallet, half pallet of mulch, something like that, okay? This thing, if we're not gonna get it working, it should go, okay? It's just an eyesore right here, okay? This door is looking a little rough, definitely could be painted, okay? You got some rusted out bolts right there, that doesn't show well either, okay? The biggest thing in this house is the walls, is the paint, okay? There's a lot of wall space and a lot of it's pretty beat up. So I don't know if we have the same color in the garage. I didn't see it. I didn't scan for it either too well. I think the vast majority of this house needs to be painted. Okay, for all kinds of reasons, and we'll go throughout. You know, a lot of it needs because it needs a little stucco work. Okay, you need to spot drywall spackle some spots behind here. It needs to be painted over. I think it's gonna make the house pop. And I think it's going to show people that it's move-in ready, and people are going to be a lot more excited about buying it. Right now, people, when they see walls in this condition, it just raises questions that, hey, this house is pretty beat up. Hey, this house was lived in really hard. Hey, why does that look like that? And you never want to raise questions with buyers. You always just want to have answers. Okay, simple things. Let's get these cords out of here. Okay, I can do that myself. Really easy to do. Okay, again, it just raises questions. Why is it like this? Why are there so many wires everywhere? The window shades themselves are right. The balances, I will take those down. The bars we can leave up. The balances are an eyesore. Okay, we can take those down. Again, walls just need to be touched up. I think we could do it in a way, all that needs to be covered up. I think we can do it in a way to where if we didn't do the top hand portion and we kind of did the bottom portion, all this is, marks on the walls. All right. More extra cord. Okay, we can get rid of that. We got some random stuff hanging on top of the counters. Places need to be picked up and cleaned up. These walls are in really bad shape. Just gives buyers that kind of like leery feeling of like, oh man, the walls weren't taken care of. What else wasn't taken care of? Now, we have a good painter, okay? Painting an entire house can be expensive, which is probably why you didn't do it in the first place. We have a good painter that, affectionately, I'll call him a truck slinger, okay? He's probably painted 50 houses for us. He's not licensed or insured, but he does an incredible job, and more importantly, he's cheap. My guess is he could probably paint this whole house. Like I said, we will leave out certain things. We'll leave out up here, up above there, okay? All that looks fine. I remember up there from the pictures, I knew that spot wasn't painted. I can tell somebody tried to do that, but they didn't get 2 coats up there. But anyway, I noticed that from the pictures. Probably do the whole house for, $5 or $6 grand, What needs to be done at least, not the entire house, but some trim work upstairs that needs to be done. What in here? Oh, the AC. AC set at 74. Man, that's pretty cold. You're burning energy there. And the one upstairs I think was set at 73. There's me. How are you? So the AC is just to save you some money while this place is getting ready. Needs to be done. Needs to be brought back up. Just put that back in there. Okay, little things. This needs to be clean. Looks like there's some type of just film on top. Okay. The whole house definitely needs to be clean. We need to put away the toilet brushes sitting on top of the sink. Okay, just get this place showing ready. See, you have some type of filter on top of the shower. Maybe we take that down. I'm sure it was pretty helpful to you, but I think it just, people go, what is that? Not only that, it's heavy. I'm gonna show you this. It's heavy and it's pulling down this out of the caulking. So it's just loose now. I think it's adding a lot of weight to it. Again, all these are just suggestions. I love the floors, love the fan, I love the crown molding in here, I love the lot. More cord. Okay, we can get rid of the cord. More cord over here. Okay, under here is real bad. I think we need to get a quote. Again, my suggestion is we need to get a quote on painting a lot of this stuff. Was there backsplash back here and did it get taken down, or how did we get to this point? Because it's actually, that needs to be painted and made look the same. The fridge is a problem. Somebody turned the fridge off with the breaker. I saw that. But they left the door shut. If you turn the fridge off with the breaker, you have to leave the doors open. This fridge stinks. It smells terrible. Yeah, it's rancid in a way. I don't know if it can be salvaged or not. Professional cleaner may be able to clean it out, air it out. Somebody made a mistake with that fridge, okay? It's turned off with the breaker. I don't know what you want me to do with it. I'm happy to turn it back on, but it needs to be cleaned prior to that because it stinks. It very well could be past the point of saved. I don't know. But that fridge is a problem. Love the garage. If you're gonna pressure wash the driveway, you might as well pressure wash in here too. Make this floor top as well. This stuff, I can organize and put it up there on top and just kind of like get everything organized and make this garage look better. So the garage is almost there. You could pressure wash it, but just put some of this stuff up and out of the way. More corners, just the little things like that. I'm a stickler on details. I love to have a place looking perfect, looking ready to go. Patio, there's not much stuff to talk about there. If we get a cleaner through here, you can get them to clean the windows as well. These are pretty, you probably can't see it in the video, but these are pretty mucked up, fogged up, there's a film on them. But the patio looks really good. These things throw me off a little bit. I think they look pretty, but then you can't really access the handles to either door because the door handles are on the far end. You kind of got to push them out of the way. So that's, really you got to just push all of the blinds to one side. Audio cables, I know what they are. I would just cut them. Nobody really uses that stuff anymore. It's Bluetooth nowadays, Bluetooth portable speakers. It just, again, raises questions, and people are gonna go, what is that? Why do we have it? You know, are they gonna take the time to pay for speakers? Again, probably not. All right, let's head upstairs. Carpet. All right, so the carpet, I'm not gonna suggest replacing it all. What I think you need to do is, again, suggestions, offer credit at closing. What it does is it minimizes the amount you have to negotiate. If you offer somebody a $4,000 credit, then when they make the offer, now they can't beat you up on price and say, well, I need new carpet. And you say, well, I'm giving you a $4,000 credit. So you're basically negotiating prior to getting an offer. Again, just a suggestion. It may minimize some of the lower ball offers, okay? Paint here, this room got beat up pretty bad. Trim work in here is bad. The trim work throughout the rest of the house is pretty good, but in this room specifically, these doors and this trim work in here is pretty bad. You know, obviously all the walls in here, as you know, it's gotta be done, okay? I think this house can pop after we get some of these things taken care of. I'd take down the blinds in here, or the curtains, sorry, the blinds I would leave up, just to let in more light, and same thing in the other bedrooms, I'd just take the curtains down. Anything in here, there was a water stain up here that needs to be killed and taken care of. Again, just raises questions. What was that? When was that done? Was it fixed right? Could it come back? There's a stain on this wall too. So that definitely needs to be taken care of. Water stains of any kind are a big no-no. You can do a little caulking in through here just to make it look fresh and ready, you know? This is strange to me. This is part of the AC system. I don't know why this is screwed shut and isn't accessible. I don't typically see it like that. I raised the AC back to 75 already. It was at 73. I noticed when I first walked in, it was freezing cold in here. You're just burning money. She said it like 78 or 79 at the highest. Again, the AC system got redone very recently. I don't know why it was all done this way. Oversized system, maybe. I see a lot of AC systems. I don't have the answers to this. They obviously cut in the drywall, did all that. Some answers to that would be nice. Maybe a way to make that a little more user-friendly if people do need to access it on a regular basis. You know, one coat of paint throughout this whole place with one color. Because that color isn't the greatest. This one, obviously, we know is the greatest to somebody. My girls might like it. Take down the light fixture. 2, take down the curtains, and just make this one nice palette of paint throughout. Anything that we missed? I think we hit the highlights. Again, I would put in, you know, $7 or $8 grand to work to this place and raise that price back up. It's not priced bad here at $206 a square foot. A lot of things have sold at that and higher, you know. Cover plate there. Sorry, just harping on the details. A lot of things have sold at $206 and greater. So there's no reason why you can't get that, but you gotta give the person the reason and prove to them that it's worth paying that much, okay? Let's see, those are some of the comps. I have it piped at a price per square foot. You can see most everything has sold at $205 and above in here, but you need to give the person the reason to do it. So I think for value, you're much better off putting a little bit more money back into this place to be able to pull that off. That's my assessment, that's my suggestion. I've been here since 1986, so we have the contractors and people to do it. I work with my brother. You get 2 of us working our butts off. We both got families to feed. This is the only thing we do. We've sold over $200 million in property since 2003, after we joined our father, who'd been in real estate for 15 years or so. So anyway, we know what we're doing. We work our butts off. We're very good at what we do, and I'm confident we can get this place sold for you. If we do a lot of the things that I mentioned, don't have to do everything, but a lot of it would be extremely helpful. And again, a lot of what I mentioned is not all that expensive. You know, landscaping, paint, some handyman stuff, some pressure washing stuff. I think we can get it out of here for, like I said, $8 grand, maybe 10 if you did everything. But then again, I think we'd raise the price back up to the $525, and people would be more willing to pay you closer to full price for it at that point. That is it. I think we covered everything. Hopefully talk to you soon.